the Amazon rainforest, a place of breathtaking beauty and unimaginable danger. For one woman, a dream trip turned into a fight for her life against one of the jungle's most feared predators. This is the story of her incredible survival. It was supposed to be the adventure of a lifetime. I'd saved for years to travel to Brazil, to paddle deep into the heart of the Amazon. The air was thick, with the scent of damp earth and exotic flowers. The sounds of birds and monkeys were a constant, vibrant chorus. I felt like I had stepped into another world, a world untouched by time. My guide, a local man named Ricardo, was navigating our small canoe down a narrow, winding tributary, the water as black and reflective as obsidian. Everything was perfect. And then, it wasn't. We were looking for a specific type of orchid Ricardo knew about, nestled in the branches of an ancient kapok tree. I leaned over the side of the canoe, my camera ready, trying to get the perfect shot. The water was still, almost unnervingly so. That's when I saw it. A ripple, not from the paddle, not from a fish. It was something large, moving with a silent, deliberate power just beneath the surface. My heart started to pound. I pointed, my hand trembling. But before I could even get a word out, the water exploded. An immense dark shape launched itself from the depths. It happened so fast it was a blur of muscle and water. 1 second I was in the canoe, the next I was in the river, tangled in something immensely strong. Panic surged through me, a cold, electric shock. The anaconda. It was colossal, its body thicker than my thigh. Its scales, a mottled pattern of greens and blacks that blended perfectly with the murky water. It coiled around my legs with a speed and force that stole my breath. The pressure was immediate and terrifying. I felt my bones creaking, my muscles screaming in protest. It was like being caught in a hydraulic press. My head was still above water, and I gasped for air, my eyes wide with terror. I saw Ricardo, his face a mask of horror, shouting something I couldn't understand over the roaring in my ears. The snake was pulling me, dragging me deeper into the water, its grip tightening with every second. My lungs burned. The world was a vortex of churning water, green canopy, and the suffocating embrace of a prehistoric monster. I knew, with a chilling certainty, that this was how I was going to die. Drowned and crushed in the Amazon. But then, something inside me snapped. A primal instinct, a refusal to give up. I wasn't going to be just another statistic, another cautionary tale. I started to fight. I thrashed, I kicked, I punched, but it was like hitting a wall of solid muscle. The snake didn't even seem to notice. It just kept squeezing, relentless and implacable. My vision started to tunnel, black spots dancing at the edges. I remembered something I'd read once, a long-forgotten fact from a nature documentary. An anaconda's weakness, its eyes. It was a long shot, a desperate, insane gamble. I twisted my body, ignoring the searing pain. My hand was free. I reached out, my fingers fumbling in the cloudy water, searching for its head. I felt the smooth, cold scales, the powerful jaw. And then, I found it. A small, hard bump. An eye. With the last ounce of my strength, I jammed my thumb into it. The reaction was instantaneous and violent. The snake convulsed, its body lashing out. The pressure around my legs lessened, just for a second. It was the chance I needed. I pushed again, harder, screaming underwater, a torrent of bubbles erupting from my mouth. The snake thrashed wildly, disoriented by the pain. Its coils loosened. I scrambled, kicking my legs free, and clawed my way toward the surface. I broke through the water, gasping, choking, my lungs on fire. I could hear Ricardo yelling, his paddle slapping the water. The canoe was just a few feet away. He reached out a hand and I grabbed it, his grip like a vice. He hauled me over the side, and I collapsed onto the floor of the canoe, a trembling, gasping mess. I was covered in scratches. My legs were a canvas of deep purple bruises, but I was alive. I was alive. Lying there, with the Amazon sky spinning above me, I looked back at the water. For a moment, I saw the snake's massive head surface, its one good eye fixing on us, before it sank back into the black depths and disappeared. It was a chilling reminder of how close I had come to the end. The journey back to the small jungle outpost was a blur of pain and shock. Ricardo, usually so talkative, was silent, his face grim. He later told me it was the largest anaconda he had ever seen. The physical wounds eventually healed. The bruises faded, the scratches turned to scars. But the psychological impact, that's something that stays with you. For months, I had nightmares. I'd wake up convinced I was being crushed, unable to breathe. The sound of running water would send a jolt of panic through me, but slowly, with time and a lot of support, I began to process what had happened. Surviving an attack like that changes you. It gives you a profound, almost terrifying appreciation for life. You realize how fragile it is, how quickly it can be taken away. Every sunrise, every breath, every moment with the people you love becomes a gift. It stripped away all the trivial worries and anxieties of modern life and left me with a raw, unfiltered perspective. What truly matters? Being alive. People often ask me if I regret going to the Amazon. The answer is no, absolutely not. It's a place of raw, untamed power, and it demands respect. I learned that lesson in the most brutal way possible, but I also saw a beauty so profound it stills your soul. My story isn't meant to scare people away from adventure. It's a testament to the power of the human spirit, the will to survive that lies dormant within all of us, waiting for its moment. I went to the Amazon looking for an adventure, and I found one that nearly cost me everything. But in that struggle for survival, in the crushing embrace of that ancient reptile, I also found a strength I never knew I had. And for that, in a strange way, I am grateful. That river didn't just try to take my life, it gave me a new one. Thanks for listening to my story. Stay safe and never underestimate the power of your own will to live.